Good morning, my friends. It's another one of these editions of the It Is What It Is, brought to you by yours truly, me. And today we're going to touch base on the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. People might say, well, what do you know about that? You do Savat and so on and so forth. Well, I've been in the ring as well. Okay. And I can touch base a little bit on it. Back in 93, 94, I was a super middleweight contender for Savat in the US, but I stopped due to a hand injury. Okay. I had 11 reconstructive surgeries. Took me out for almost 9 years of surgeries that I had. Okay. Besides that, let's talk about these two gentlemen that went inside and they fought. People might say, Paul, you're calling them gentlemen. I call them gentlemen warriors. Okay. Because they showed respect towards the end of each other. And that's what's, above all, the best. You have to understand one thing in combative sports, especially boxing, savate, Thai boxing, what have you, age is a factor. The older you get, the more injuries you have. Okay? If you get a young boxer that's been boxing since he was a kid, amateur, competitively, and then turns pro, you have to have a record behind you of amateur fights. If you have more than 50, you'll do well as a pro. People say, well, I only had five, I only had this. Yes, there's those naturals that are in there. Sometimes that happens when you have a 20-year-old that jumps into the ring, starts competing, then turns pro. Because he understands that age is a major factor. Age was a factor in this fight. Okay? But I'm not going to hold both of them together. Number one, Mike Tyson will always be my idol. And I idolized him when I was training, when I was in the ring, when I was competing, because I liked his ferocity. I liked his strength, his overrights, his everything about him was something that I admired. Okay, to be in the ring. That's how I focus myself towards those fighters. Him, Rocky Marciano, those type of individuals. Now Jake Paul, he's gotten better in time. Okay, a lot of people don't like him. They wanted to see him knocked out. I think everybody wanted to see Mike Tyson come back and do those minute knockouts. Well, what's going to happen here? Number one, how they arranged it, how to meet 14-ounce gloves, 2-minute rounds, only 8 rounds. There was a lot of things that placed the way they arranged the fight to serve in Paul's favor. Now, granted, both of them made money. I'm glad they made money. I hope they make more money. Okay? God bless them. Okay? This is America. Do what you can. Build what you can. Do it correctly. I'm going to talk about Jake Paul. Jake Paul fought the fight that he needed to fight. He couldn't get into an entanglement with Mike. He couldn't. Mike would have eaten him alive. Okay? So he stuck the jab, moved to the side, ran the ring just like a boxer did, a boxer that fought against a fighter. Okay? And then this time was a fighter that showed his age. I saw his legs when he came in. I noticed the way he was walking. I said, this is not going to be good for Mike because he did not have mobility in his legs. You have to understand, he's 58, I'm 56. The older we grow, the more injuries that we have. Okay, it would be stupid for somebody to say, hey, Paul, you want to go back in the ring? And youth, number one, has the advantage, period. Okay, even if you train like a dog and you train and you train and you train, youth is going to have that bigger advantage. Now, in a street fight, it's a total different entity. In a street fight, you're looking at a bunch of different things that go in there. Understand that? And that's a total different thing. And when you train in martial arts, you train for longevity, whether it's boxing and so on and so forth, but you have to know your role. There comes a time that the fighter has to learn how to start coaching if he loves the sport, to coach others to come up behind him. Okay? And that's where you have your Lou Duvas, or you had those wonderful trainers that you have at Teddy Atlas. They have so much in their mind. Freddie Roach that we have. Those are trainers that have fought, trained, became coaches, and they're the best at it. And they're still producing the sport. That's what happens. Okay, that's what's happening here. Age is getting that Benton factor. So now you have to pass on that knowledge to others. Besides the point, the fight yesterday amazed me because I saw a warrior did not want to give up, which was Mike. My full respect to Mike Tyson. He stood in there. He went inside. He understood. He was still trying to. His legs wouldn't catch up to him. Okay. Jake Paul fought the fight that he needed to fight to win, and he did that. My hats goes off to Jake's trainers and so on and so forth. Now, let that be a lesson to everybody. Only because we were good in our youth doing something. For us not to have that type of mentality and say, I can do it again. Maybe so. Maybe our heart will give that. Our courage, that's not going to stop, but our physical body might not get us there. Okay? That's why you have generals that, like Patton and MacArthur, that were in their age. They were in their 60s, 70s. They wanted to fight. They were up there in the front, and they were there. But what? They were telling others how to do it. Youth in combative sports wins all the time. You see that over and over. You see a boxer that has 11 championship title defenses. Now he's 35. He's fighting a 21-year-old hungry kid. Just coming up, and he beats him. It happens all the time. Okay? Now, God bless both of them. I like Jake Paul more now. Okay? And why? Because he's a patriot. Love you for that, man. And Mike, we love you. And keep up doing what you do. Teach others. Pass on that secret. You know, Cosamato was in his age when he taught Mike. That's what happens to us boxers. We go up there, we fight, then all of a sudden we start teaching others, and age catches up on us, and we produce the best, just like wine, and it's produced into that. Once more, you all stay safe, be safe, and ponder on that for a bit. Till next time, much peace.